There are, Ellen McCauley prayed up in Syracuse, New York. There are people in this room that did 0 exercise last week, and I mean 0. And there may be a physical reason. And what I try to do is come up with things that even if you have a physical reason, you can perhaps try. So these desk stretches, we spend 10 minutes at the end of every class at the gym stretching. I'm amazed at how good stretching feels. I mean, a real good stretch. And, you know, you start sitting at a desk and you just stretch your head. And you go that way. You take your hands and then you go the other way. And then you move your fingers and you move your arm up and you stretch it back and you stretch it like this. And then you do your shoulders and your shoulders, especially if you're stressed. You say, I'm going to have a cookie, but I'm going to stretch for 10 minutes first. Try to delay. You move your head. You take your arm and you take your hand like this and you look in the other direction. You move your arm like this, and then you take this one and you look in this direction. You take your whole arms, you bend your back. Oh, that feels so good. And then you can go against a wall and stretch against a wall. But Americans on average sit 8 hours a day. People 65 and older on average sit 10 hours a day. So you sit 10 hours. Well, we don't, but a lot of people do. You sit 10 hours a day, especially if you got a desk job. When I worked for the county, I did a lot more sitting. I had to do my phone alarm to get up and move. So that's what we have to do. And this next one, the reasons to start marching in place. And when I say marching in place, a half hour will burn 225 calories. 10 minutes will do 75 calories. And it's it doesn't put pressures on your joints. So you just march, and then you move your arms. You got to move your arms. And then let's say this gets easy. Then you move your legs higher, and you move your arms higher. And then let's say that gets easy. Then you take your 3-pound weights, and you do this, and this, and this. And you can do it to disco, you can do it, but you got to just do it. And we start every class at the gym marching in place for 10 straight minutes. It's not as easy as it sounds. I highly recommend you read this article, and if you're doing nothing, I would do that in my office. I had a private office, and I would set my alarm, and I'd march in place, march in place, march in place. Now, people have complained about some of the recipes. They say, Ellen, they're too involved, they're too long, I don't like artichokes, I don't like peanut sauce. These recipes are examples for you thinking outside the box, because your box is so limited and so boring that it's unbelievable. And next week is the week where I'm going to hand out the 1,500 calorie diet, and it will have these certain recipes on it. So if you don't want to make the curried sweet potato and peanut soup, but you like the hummus and vegetable sandwich pita, substitute that there. Or have rotisserie chicken that day. The thing is, you have to have an 1850 resting metabolic rate, and you have a 1,500 diet that's 350 calories less, and in 10 days you'll lose a pound of fat. Now you might say, well, that's awful slow. What are we doing now? You know? We're complaining about it being slow, but what are we doing now? So think about it. I'm giving out. Did anyone try the 1,200 calorie this week? Oh, I knew you wouldn't. I knew you wouldn't. But really begin to start to think about it. And one of the things Bob and I discovered today is, although I increased my protein, I didn't really pay any attention to fiber. And a high protein, high fiber diet is the best. So we all should be having over 100 grams of protein a day. Some people have 0. They have a peanut butter, well, I guess you can call peanut butter and jelly, but I don't really call that protein, but some people do. And then they have like a bagel. And, but you're supposed to have 25 grams of fiber. And a half a can of black beans rinsed is a great source of fiber. And I say rinse because it's got sodium. You rinse it right off and put those in a salad. It's a real good way. We're going to have a little meeting on more protein and fiber. But right now I'm going to stop, Bobby, and I'm going to play a song that